was like something out of a movie, and man, they used to call the police on me and all types of stuff.
Yeah, man, that's similar to
And
it's
for a while, I had to start practicing outside, man. Like in all kinds of crazy weather. So that's when I see you, I was like, man, as I could tell that you about it. So like, this guy found a place.
dude, like all the places that we were about to. I mean, I don't mind. I could pay my own money to have a dance studio where we can
Of
practice,
course,
but the problem
right?
is, I'd rather practice outside. But some people in our community that
Mm-hmm.
they would show up to practice, and then the next
Mm-hmm.
2 months they would show back up, and that's
Yeah.
something that I don't really have time for. I want to
Mm-hmm.
practice at least 3 times a week. Um,
I
like I
feel
just said,
that.
like today I practice. I don't tell anybody, but I make sure that they got like a 2 day or 3 day notice. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like tomorrow, I told them that, hey, I want to do some free lessons. I want to be teaching,
Right.
even though I don't really know too much about like popping or locking. I could tell you some foundation, and then
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want, or find someone else to teach you, and that's what I'm
Right.
trying to do. And be like, hey, it's free,
Right.
because I'm not the guy that you should be knowing from, even though I'm more of a b-boy than anything else, and I like
Mm-hmm.
house, but that's how people are. They kind of want the free shit within hip
Mm-hmm.
hop, and it sucks. Which I don't care about the
Yeah.
money at all, but that's the only way you can advertise. And sometimes they don't even do it for the free stuff.
Right.
They want you to baby them, and that sucks. That was what's
Yeah.
pissed me off in this community.
Mm-hmm.
So, for a good example, I'll be like, all right, guys, we're gonna have free hip hop lessons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll be like, all right, come, I'll give you free water bottles, anything. It's like, but I don't know. It's too cold. It's like, all right, yeah, just dress up warm and whatever. I'll take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
Just come on down. It's like, well, you kind of sound like this is a gimmick.
Yeah, I understand, man. It's a battle, because it was the same way for me, being at school, and I don't think it was until maybe my senior year that, or the year before that I started like, incorporating more people who wanted to do it. Some of my friends, saw like what I was doing on Second Avenue when I used to perform out there with Music City Soul back then. They wanted to get involved, so they started training with me. Then I had somebody else that I met who wanted to start training, and then that's when things kind of picked up. And then it was just like Cat Cena, I was practicing, and Angel was like, "Okay, I'm gonna start coming up." So he started coming up like Tuesday and Thursday, and yeah, it created a thing. But what I noticed is, man, them aside, as the exception, uh, not everybody's gonna have the same heart as you, man, and it's a tough thing to kind of have to
Except,
to know,
yeah.
you know. But it's like you gotta keep going, and you just gotta be that example, and you will magnetize the people with your energy, man. And you gotta be careful with that, because I know you got a lot of heart. I can tell. I can tell. And you just gotta be careful with that, because people, they see that, and they want to take advantage of stuff like that on
Mm-hmm.
one end, and then on another end, folks is like, well, what is this? They want you to baby them and hold their hands. Like, I can't do that. You
See,
know?
I can't, because
Yeah.
I've done it before, and I'm not
Hmm.
gonna fall in the line of being a puppet, or one thing that got me too whenever I was younger was
Yeah.
people will, like, come on, dance, boy, dance for us.
Yeah.
It's like
That's annoying.
that shit pisses me off, especially whenever,
Hmm.
and I'm not trying to be racial or discriminate, all of them. It's kind of like, I don't want to say it, but it's mostly white people that do that shit. They'd be like wanting
Well.
me to dance for them like that. It's like
Hmm.
I'm not a coon. I mean, I do this
Yeah,
for
but
my
that's
own.
yeah.
I do this for my own intention. I mean,
Right.
I love to do it with kids because I think
Yeah.
kids really carry on. But um,
Hmm.
doing for like type of entertainment, it's like not that type of guy. I really
Right.
treat this as more of a religion too in the art form. Like it's part of my religion too, not just the dance, just the vibe and to get underneath my soul. You know, as a Christian,
Mm-hmm.
and this is one element that I use
Mm-hmm.
because especially whenever I was in basic training, because I went through hell. I went through a lot of shit that
I
the
could
army
imagine.
the army kind of I don't want to talk about it too much, but the army
Mm-hmm.
kind of fucked me up a little bit. So breaking, especially whenever there was like CC guys in my fucking barrack in that small room, it
Yeah.
helped me out. It helped me out a lot. Um, I'm sure that many other people. There was another guy that was a b-boy too,
Mm-hmm.
that also explaining that dancing, because he was in another Bay Area,
Yeah.
it kind of helped us out. Because without it, probably would have probably lost our mind, like a
Right.
couple of other people did. They lost their mind to the
Mm-hmm.
point that they have a criminal record as soon as they got out the army.
Right.
Um, but it in Knoxville, one thing I can tell you that's kind of different from everywhere else, we have a lot of potential, man. It's
Right.
crazy. You have kids that never seen it before. It's like either parents don't want them to see on TV, or
Right.
it's just they never really seen it. And I see Nashville, and I'll be like, yo, how can I convert or use the similar methods that Q and V has done in Nashville to transport it into Knoxville? And over the years, we have done it, but this COVID, man, fuck all that shit up. I had something going on at the Chain Center down by
Mm-hmm.
Knoxville, and it was a community center that I was going to be teaching for free. As soon as I was about to make a decision not to go to the army, the Chain
Mm-hmm.
Center got canceled because of COVID.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah, I feel you, man.
yeah, I was like, yo, that's my one opportunity. And then Boys and Girls Club kind of canceled me out too because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
A couple other places canceled me out because of COVID. And all those opportunities, I said, man, I'm just going to go to the army. And then my
Mm-hmm.
recruiter said, guess what, buddy? You go in the army in about a week and a half from now.
Mm-hmm. Dang.
So I got, I was overweight. I was 230 pounds. I was like, fuck, I'm not ready. I went in. It was good at first, and then this shit went to the United States and it got spread.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, I mean, we have a lot of potential in our city. Just we don't know what to do. Yeah, and I hate saying this. There's some other dancers out there, but in Knoxville, they kind of want to do their own thing, which I don't have no argument with them. I just kind of wish that we were more together. It's just really hard to do it by yourself.
That, my friend, is the proverbial struggle, the constant struggle. Like, I want to sit here and tell you that everything in Nashville is great, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's not necessarily true. There are things that are great about here, but that's the struggle everywhere, man. Trying to get
Yeah.
people together, on somewhat the same page, and you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I keep telling you, man. You have you have the heart, so you just have to continue operating at your maximum capacity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And having yourself in a place where you feel like you good, and then you can influence and spread that energy, but you got to maintain it. And for you, since you are like a leader, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
that's very hard to do because it's going to be times where you need somebody there. It's just like, but you got to get that strength because you got to be strong. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To keep that energy. And not saying that you're not going to have help. You're definitely going to have help, right? You know what I'm saying? There's people that you can always go to, but sometimes it's like you're gonna be that guy. You know what I'm saying? And it could take it out of you, but your drive is what keeps you going. Your heart is what keeps you going. And I'm probably going off on a tangent, but that is the struggle, though, man. Just trying to get everybody on the same page and have that same zeal, that same passion for the art. But everybody's got their reason, right?
Yeah.
Some people they want to be competitive, which is nothing wrong with, but there's a certain imbalance competitiveness that isn't good that you see. Some people just want to show off in front of other people,
Yeah.
which is fine. I mean, there's a performance aspect to breaking. That's always been a thing. Like you hear a lot of old school breakers. Well, I got started because I wanted the girls to notice me. Okay, fine, no problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's an imbalance to that too, and there's many imbalances you can have. But the thing is, what you said that was really important is that it's something good for you internally. You know what I'm saying? That taps into your spirituality and your religion and things like that. And that's the most important thing, right? You got to be able to tap into it and bring it from the inside. It's not just a outer thing. And I think that people get that mixed up. It's a balance of both, right?
Yeah.
Um, but the internal side of it is what makes the best things come out. And you got to keep on that, man. You got to keep on that and keep your way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Be open minded and learn, right, and add on. But you got to keep your way because as somebody who's lost his way a few times, I want to tell you that, man. But I know you're gonna be all right. You got it. You're doing your thing. But just keep going, no matter what happens. You know what I'm saying? If people disagree, it's fine. Nobody always gonna agree.
My one of my students that's now 15 years old. I might take him down to Texas for that. I don't know how they're gonna do it because I pulled up on Facebook and they actually said that they're not gonna be doing a regular qualification for the U.S. breaking.
Gotcha.
So I don't know what's going down. I think they wanted people to make a video of a set. It's like, damn, kind of really wanted him to experience it, but probably not that event. V has a thing going on with, I think it's like a small gym around Illinois. I might just take him up there because I want him to experience the real thing. There's some people that haven't experienced that shit like how I did.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing is not too many people. We have 6 dedicated dancers, and then other dancers kind of do it at their own thing. Like they got the liquid community down here, which is big. And that's about it. It's just the liquid community, the choreography community, and the breaking community, which is us. That's all we have. But each one of those boys, I mean, I treat them like my brothers. Even some of them get my damn nerves. But
that's how it goes, man.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yep. But I take a board for him in a heartbeat. But yeah, they grown up. Like I had them since I was like 4 years or 5 years now. So I've been watching them grown. Like one of them, Jaden, is taller than me now. I took a picture of him. I was kind of pissed off that he's taller than me.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they're growing up, man. It's just right now for their option. I mean, I can go to Nashville like this week if I wanted to. But for them, I can't because some of them are still in school. One of them is in high school, so they can't really have that option, because even though I could, but the parents don't really know how shit is within this community yet.
Right.
And it's not their fault. It's because they never experienced it. They don't know anything about it.
Right.
If it was New York, it'd be different. We have a guy from New York too. His name is Eddie.
Yeah.
Boy's gifted, man. He has his own style, his own moves. He has a crew down there in New York too. And he helps us out train too. But hopefully we get some more dancers, but right now I'm happy with the 6 people that I have, 7 people.
I mean, that's great.
Yeah. It's better than Chattanooga. Chattanooga had only like four dedicated. One of them I met, I wonder if he's still dancing. It's a black boy. He's around my age. You remember?
Yeah, I was supposed to go down there and see, man. I was supposed to go down there and see him before the thing jumped off, man. Yeah. I think I know exactly who you're talking about.
I forgot his name.
I want to say it's knock or something like that, but it's probably not knock. I forget. I thought it was knock or something. And there was some more cats that used to be out there, but maybe they was from Dalton though. I think.
Were they older?
Yeah, but these were some Latino brothers though.
Like
who was what's this guy name? It was a guy named like Nemo, and there was another cat. He was a taller dude. And they used to come around back when, but I don't think they don't do it no more, really. But yeah, man, I mean that's a good amount. 6 people is a dope amount, and y'all consistent, man. That's what's important.
Yeah,
you need the consistency because ain't nothing gonna improve you but the consistency and the heart. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got the heart to do it, you're not gonna improve that much.
Yep.
And it shows too in the dance, like. So I think that's dope, man. And the COVID kind of did just tear stuff up because I was supposed to be doing a capoeira class, which I'm still doing, but I had my first introduction workshop, kind of like I don't know. I guess it was an event right before everything started to shut down. So in the end, it just like boom, there it goes. I had that going, and that's done. But I mean, I'm still doing the class, but it's just the interest that I would have had initially, it just fizzled out because nobody's wanting to come out, right? And then you got to sell the classes through Zoom and stuff like that, and only so many people wanted to come to the Zoom, and then you had to restructure. So I'm still going out there doing a thing for the capoeira or whatever. And the other thing too was for the podcast, I did some advertising. I went out to it was this gaming tournament. Fighting game tournament called KIT. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it happens here every year, Kumite in Tennessee. And they used to have it in Murfreesboro a lot, but they just started doing it in Franklin like a few years ago. The last couple have been in Franklin. So I met an MC here actually, who was very much into video games as well. And we connected on the strength of, the martial arts thing, the video game thing, of course, because he's an MC. And this is the first cypher I ever been to, like a freestyle MC cypher, and I kind of jumped in. I threw my hat in the ring because I did a little MCing with Nerf Ski, is a DJ, old school b-boy as well. Doesn't do much anymore though, but hopefully we can get him back out one day. So I went up there, and that's how I met Dude, and we made a connection. I said, "Hey man, let's go to this event." We made a collaboration, to do video game and hip hop stuff. We went to the fighting game tournament. He did some MCing and talking to people, and I was just spinning game music the whole time and kind of garnered up some interest. And we did that. Then we did a hip hop and anime gaming party in Atlanta and stuff that we went to, and we got some more interest. But then right after that, COVID.
Shit.
So I feel you.
Yeah, man. And that hurts to see because all that potential, it's still there, but people are afraid to take a chance. And I'll be honest, I had COVID and had it back in May the 29th. And it fucked my performance up. I couldn't run. I was throwing up all the time. I felt like I was dying. But in the end of the day, I knew I was going to be all right because I was healthy. But some people that are older, if they get it, they ain't going to make it. And I can tell you that it's God's decision on that part. Because it's that bad. But but I don't like, let's say for training too, because Q can say something about this. I don't see how you are not going to be training. And I'm not talking about breakers, I'm talking about bodybuilders in our community too. I'm not talking bad about them. If you got a goal and objective and you're using this as an excuse to stop, then you really wasn't really passionate about it. Because there's many other things that like hold me back a lot, and I still kept on doing it. Like I had a concussion. I had this skull injury that I don't know what the fuck is going on with my skull, but it's out of shape. And people making fun of me when, like, I can't get the rule. I'm not making this up. I can't. I know I can talk to women and all that shit, but some of the women that I want to talk to, that's a big thing. Some of the women that I want to talk to nitpick on the shit about my fucking head and skull that I don't even know if I got this from breaking. It could be a cyst on my head. I really don't know, but I can't do anything about it. The army said that they were going to take care of it, but I don't even know if I want to go back to the army after all that shit that happened. And my recruiters understand because they're not bugging me. They want me to just live life right now. But like stuff like that, man, I'm still going to continue on doing it. Ain't nothing going to hold me back. I've been doing different things though to help me out with trying to see what other stuff I'm good at. I mean, that's the good thing about breaking. People understand that you don't have to be a b-boy forever, but the whole point of this art form is to really go through your emotions, your heart, yourself, to understand who you are. And that's one thing that people in the city don't understand, man. And they will never understand until they actually be in that ballpark.
Well, a lot of these folks come from a place of entitlement. You got to think about that. Number one. Number two, a lot of people that's coming to it, a lot of them are outsiders. And I'm not trying to say it in a bad way, but this is our culture. And they're coming into it from a very, not superficial, but external way. The reason why it is the way it is for us is because this is within us. This is like, when I talk about black people, you know, this is kind of our life story, journeys, like for generations into one art form. And we see it in many different other expressions that we've done, but you could feel that in this too, you know. So it's going to be that for you because you got to think about what it was for and who it was for in the Bronx in the 70s. When you look at, you know, the condition of things and how it was, right? That was a form of, to me, kind of a mental or a psychological type of slavery, and not feeling like you really have a way out or feeling like you can really be anything, you know, and nobody's really trying to help you out. And for those kids to create this billion-dollar industry, so they call it, from nothing and what's around, that's a form of alchemy. When you really want to think about it, if you want to go that route, just to give it a certain adjective, right? Yeah. That's kind of magical. But there's something about you ancestrally that understands it from that point in a very visceral way. And that's why you're going to feel that. And a lot of people who come in, some of them, they are because maybe they had similar situations or they see where it's coming from, but that takes an open-minded person. But sadly, there's a lot of not open-minded people that jump in as well. So that's why you like, yo, I'm gonna use it because you're doing exactly what it was intended for. And maybe they didn't know it exactly at the time, but they felt that this was about somebody making a whole lot out of very little.
Yep.
Somebody taking their situation and making it dope, making it work for them. Yeah, I got this. So what? But look what I can do. Creating a personality that's larger than life. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I get it. I totally get it. And that's why you should keep doing it. And that's why I think that it's dope that you're kind of heading this thing here in Knoxville, man, because that's what's needed.
It's so crazy. I forgot their names. Alexandria and I forgot her husband's name, but they were doing capoeira, right? They were doing capoeira in Knoxville, right? And I helped them out about 2 times. I helped them promote their stuff, and I also helped out with going to their events and doing my own thing with them. They moved to Florida.
Is this Mistrando now? Mistrando now. I think he's from Colombia.
Yeah, and he has a wife that's kind of like that's him.
Aboli Sao, I think is the name of their group. Yeah, I met them so one of the guys in our group here, he's also military. His name is Carter. He was out in Knoxville for a minute. He was training with UCA out there, but he ended up joining my group maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And he had his event out there in St. Louis when he was in St. Louis, and that's how I met Mistrando now. They said they were in Knoxville. I never got to go out there to see him though. So it's a small world. I didn't know that you knew those guys.
Oh yeah, I knew them.
That's what's up, man.
They were teaching capoeira I think it was like 3 times a week, and the classes were dope.
Yeah.
They were teaching all the traditional, like they were even teaching the kosher. They had somebody who was playing the drums too. It was crazy. I wanted to go in there just to practice b-boying and other stuff, but I was down for all of it. I just didn't have a car. I wrecked my car. So there was only a certain amount of times where I can actually go over there. But now I have a car and a good job and my own place with my brother. That's
what's up, man.
I kind of wish I was in, but I'm happy that I still, got the opportunity. Like I'm blessed with this PC that I built.
Yeah.
I've been doing new stuff and it just takes time. That's the only thing, man. Being in Fort Benning made me realize a lot that shit doesn't work out like it should. But maybe this is a good reason why I'm, civilian now.
Sorry, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, you good. I mean, there's something left in my chapter that I have to build within my story. I was really thinking about this earlier today. Like there's something that I need to do before I go back, if I do go back into the army. I definitely not want to go back to the infantry. There's something that I don't agree on that the infantry teaches that nobody would understand, but I can respect it. I don't believe that how you should follow order in a certain way and just if you follow, like, there's an order that you have to take that it's going to be consequences. It's going to mess you up. And I see it within my drill sergeants in the army. I see it with how they react. And not too many people will understand it unless they are combat. But you have to see how they react whenever they teaching you. And they would tell you whenever they doing like PT. And you would see in their reactions and their character, and it gets you. You see how they go hard at you, and it's not how. It's so hard to explain that shit. You see, like they are in combat themselves right at that moment. You see their face, you
Mm-hmm.
see their feelings, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes whenever I got yelled at, some of them cry. I was like, God, shit, that shit stays with them for the rest of their life. And whenever they get out, it's hard for them to get a job. It's harder
Right.
for them to get anything steady for them, health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
They look for that retirement pay, but still, that's not going to cover up for all the shit that they go through.
Right.
But I had one of my main drill sergeants. He he had a bomb near him and almost blew him up and kill
Mm-hmm.
everybody around him. So he was the only one alive. So he got out, right, with and he still wanted to teach because he wanted to tell people not to fuck up like how he did. And every time
Right.
that he was teaching, you could feel so much. It kind of hurt me every time I'm thinking about him. And then Fisher and Miller was having the same situation where they actually saw their private got shot in the face, and it's like fuck. And they were telling this shit in a good detail, too much
Mm-hmm.
detail, but they wanted us to know. And there's not a sample. Like whenever you really think about the army and other shit that you see on television, like Saving Private Ryan, it's none
Mm-hmm.
of that shit because you don't see behind the scenes. You don't see how they were. They're all family. They know each other by first and
Right.
last name. Yeah, I couldn't take it, dude. I can't do the infantry. I don't want that in my conscience. That shit,
Mm-hmm.
right? I I still have nightmares once in a while of people that were kind of like my brothers
Mm-hmm.
in basic training that I worry about their safety because some of them are going to be deployed. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
they're luckily not they luckily that they're not deployed, but I don't want them to go through combat because I'm not gonna lie, some of them are gonna fuck up. I feel like their training is good, but I know how they are as a person. I know that they're gonna fuck up, and they're gonna get
Mm-hmm.
somebody killed, and it's gonna be on their conscience, and they're gonna be in the depression. And that army depression is no joke. There's a lot of people that commit suicide, and there are some people that are already talking about committing suicide in our basic training experience because I'll be honest, I should still be in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the COVID, family members, the drama fucked me up. It still is. So, whenever I do the streaming stuff, it's kind of like a therapy lesson. It kind of helps
Mm-hmm.
me understand who I am. Because 6 months of all that shit that we went through, and me realizing afterwards that what the army was
Right.
trying to do to
Mm-hmm.
me, they were really trying to help me out, and I didn't see it from eye to eye. And kind of, I put the finger at them. Yeah, I should have put the finger at myself. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's about it, man. Not too many.
Well, sorry. Go ahead, man.
No, you good. Not too many people will understand it. The only people that will understand it is the people that we actually that was there at Alpha 146 and Fox Company 247.
Of course. But let me tell you something, man. Uh, of course, there's another chapter. There's something for you to do, right?
Yeah.
And you're doing it. You're doing the breaking, man. Like you, you're bringing forth this scene. I know it seems small now, but what you're doing is very important. You're laying a framework that is going to become much bigger. Don't worry about that, man. Just keep doing that and keep going forward with that. And go for what you believe in wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? And don't hold back with that. How old are you?
27 now. I'll be honest. I forgot my age.
27.
I
Yeah,
think I
man.
think I'm 27.
You go hard with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing it. Keep doing that. And the reason why that you're into this is, yeah, man. I don't know. I don't want to say this because I don't know what's military material and what's not. You know, I never really was one to go for stuff like that. Hell, I wouldn't even want to be in the damn fraternity, even knowing, you know, coming up in the marching band and stuff like that. There's no way you can really get out of that sort of thing because that's just a part of it. Especially when you go into black schools and stuff like that. It's just so ingrained in those circles. So you have to kind of do it. But I've always been so much of an individual, and it seems like that's who you are as well. So that type of mentality that comes with the army of having to, you know, change your mindset to fit what people are trying to put in your head, I just don't think it gels well with you at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you doing this and finding yourself, that's important because they're not going to teach you that in the military, unfortunately. You know,
No.
they need you to be who they need you to be. You know, from my limited, you know, experience, which isn't much, but I've had friends who have gone and who just did ROTC, and one week they was talking one way, and then the next week they were saying something totally different, and it was like I didn't even know them anymore.
Yeah.
So you know,
You're definitely right. Like some of the people that were close to,
mm-hmm,
and never all our shit that happened. I mean, some people, I'll be honest with you, like I kind of like lost my trust in the army, so I started to turn against him. I was going with him bad behavior route.
mm-hmm,
And I was doing everything right. PT. I was
mm-hmm.
always up early. I was a leader. I was a good person, in my opinion. I was respecting the rules and all that. But how they did what the hell? Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
But how they did like the hold up, like we were, and this is something that I don't know if I should be talking about, but um, they were like, we would be ready to start training, right? So be like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we're gonna train, and then they would cancel out for the next 2 weeks. So what we
Yeah.
done for the next 2 weeks, we would just get fucked up. We were in
Mm-hmm.
red face. I don't know if you know anything about red face, but we were in red face for about 2 or 3 months, man. It was not fun. So red phase means it's the beginning of basic training. So for
Mm-hmm.
all that shit that you've seen, that the drill sergeants wake up you in the early morning
Mm-hmm.
through intense shit. Like I haven't eat a full meal in 6 months. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I have. Sometimes we got lucky.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, we didn't eat a full meal in fucking 6 months, man.
Right.
Like a good satisfying
Damn.
meal. Like we were eating MREs because the fucking uh or the cafeteria was shut down because of COVID.
Gotcha.
So we were eating MREs. I don't know if you know
Mm-hmm.
what an MRE is, but it's a meal ready to eat. And
Yeah.
the only thing that sometimes is good in that bitch was the crackers set up. But the crackers, you were forced to drink water, so you
Mm-hmm.
use a camel bag. So the original time for the MRE setup was you would have 2 minutes to eat. So you would never eat that shit hot. So they got a heater
Right.
in the bag. So what you would do is you would use your camel bag.
Mm-hmm.
You would grab it. You use the tube in the camel bag. You would use some pressure to leak out the water. So whenever you leak out the
Right.
water, it will fill up, and then you use your fingertips to heat up the heater, and
Right.
then you have hot food. But you would never have that
Gotcha.
much time. You only have 2 minutes to eat. Sometimes we
Mm-hmm.
have 10 minutes, but if we piss off the
Yeah.
drill sergeants, it would be 2 minutes.
Damn.
And we would always have this one motherfucker that pisses them off. But he was my buddy, but
Yeah.
he was stupid.
There's always one.
He was stupid, man. and that happened a lot. So that's why the results, I was 230, and whenever I joined in, I weighed 175 whenever I got out.
Right.
And that was because it wasn't just working out. I was starving. I was starving, man. Like some days they would run out of food. We had a fight. We had a fight within the bay about peanut butter.
Damn.
Because we were fighting for the most dumbest shit, like water, peanut butter, Germax. People were drinking Germax in the army.
What the hell?
Yeah, to get drunk.
Oh man.
So they would use the MRE flavor pack, like a drink mix, to fucking make alcohol.
Gotcha.
Drinking Germax is the newest shit. Even the drill sergeants was kind of impressed because it was kind of creative. But I didn't did it, but
I'm glad you didn't.
They kind of felt like I did it because one of the drill sergeants said, "You kind of look suspicious, you little bitch." So whenever they did like a dump, they did like a massive dump in our whole entire bay. So what they did was they dumped all our shit out. They look at my social security and said, "Why the fuck you have your social security?" I didn't know.
Right.
They went through all the shit. They poured all of it out. It looked like a dumpster. The whole room looked like a dumpster. And they were like, "Man, you're still." They said, "No more Germax." No Germax. So the whole time that we were in the basic training, we didn't have Germax, even if the COVID was going on. I mean, stuff like that. That's the moment that it was funny, but at the end of the day, they shouldn't do that shit to us.
Hell no.
It was all because of one man. The guy that got caught for that shit was I forgot his name. I won't say his name, but the dumbass.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't do that.
The dumbass is from Alabama.
Gotcha.
Yeah, those Alabama boys don't play. But there's many moments, man. But that one moment right there, I was surprised that they were really they didn't fuck us up afterwards. They were like really shocked. The people that were still a part of wanted to be in the army, they had to run in the pit, which is the rock pit, which they had to run like a couple laps around it, and that shit is intense. Running around sand. You ever run around sand before? How about rock pit?
No, never. I never been in the military before at all.
Like if you run around sand, you remember the Rocky scene from Rocky Park 3, where he was about to fight Mr. T. He's being trained.
Yeah, I remember.
Apollo. Running in the sand builds up more of that thigh muscle and the leg muscle and the endurance. Because the leg silks down underneath, and whenever that does that, it absorbs more impact, so you're pushing more muscle than you would if you were in steady ground. So
gotcha.
Running a rock pit, same thing. You step it down, the rocks cover up your feet, and you have to dig underneath to run some more. And that
man,
it's the best exercise, but it was hell. We hate running that rock pit. Every day we had to run it. That was our PT. But it taught me a lot. I mean, air crawl, low crawl, high crawl. All that shit taught me a lot. But I use I use it whenever I'm working out. For today, man, like breaking. I use all that shit. That's one thing that really boosted me up, like making these videos and doing live streams. I feel like I'm still in basic training, like it hasn't left. But
for sure.
that's about it. I can talk forever about that shit. The shit that I can talk about in the army. Yeah, I've only been there for 6 months. And I know there's a lot of other people that can talk more about it. But the whole entire experience was pretty dope. It's just this COVID messed up my mind, made me kind of negative, fucked me up. Fucked my mind up a little bit.
I think you're right where you need to be, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, just like I said, keep doing what you're doing and keep doing it with your whole heart and put all that you can into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just go for it. Keep doing it, and stay you. You need to make sure you maintain who you are throughout. So even if you do go back to the military or whatever, you want to make sure that you maintain that individuality and who you are throughout. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to get you through in the hard times, like and stuff. Right now, a lot of this has been time to be patient, right? To go within, so that way we can deal with certain things, like with ourselves and accept certain things, and change certain things, whatever that may be, right? So I know it's kind of a rough time, but continue to go within and deal with certain things that maybe you really wasn't wanting to kind of tackle or whatever. And if you need to talk to somebody, like, you can always hit me up, or if you need to talk to somebody that's like a professional, you can talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But just keep doing you, man. Keep looking within. Like I said, you got a really strong heart, and that's very important.
Yeah.
Especially when you're doing something like breaking, because this shit is not easy. Life ain't easy. As you already know, I don't gotta tell you that. But as I said, man, just keep going, man. Like, I think what you're doing is dope. With the streams and the breaking, just keep going for it, man.
To try to not to push all that out of the way. So the soundtracks that I've given you.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite characters of all time was Taken, Law, because he was influenced by Bruce Lee. I'm actually streaming this right now, but
most definitely.
Whenever they were influencing his moves and all the combos that he was doing, right?
Yeah.
It was all the details was on the Taken movie or the Taken game, and the Mortal Kombat also used some other shit too, but it was Taken that brought it up to that next level.
Yeah.
Now on Street Fighters, is there a character too that they use?
Or like Bruce Lee? Fei Long.
Fei Long, yes. I forgot.
Fei Long.
You remember that one old Taken movie? Or not Taken, but Street Fighter movie back in the 1990s? It was an anime movie.
94? With Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Nah, not that one. It was an anime.
Oh, you talking about the anime, Street Fighter 2?
Yeah. And
the anime movie, yeah.
They had Fei Long in it, and he was going against Ryu, and he got beat.
That's right.
In the Japanese version, they were showing a tribute to Bruce Lee.
Oh, okay.
But right now, what I'm watching is some of the moves that they use for Taken series. But I remember I sent you that soundtrack. That soundtrack was from Taken 3. It was one of the first games that I would play from the Taken series. That incorporated his moves exactly right. I played Taken 2. That was my first one. Taken 3 was like the game where I was like in the arcade mode. I was fucking smashing everybody. I was like 5, 6 years old. I was smashing people. They had to give me a booster seat.
Oh wow, that's what's up, man.
They had to give me a booster seat so I could play on tap on the keyboard and all that shit.
Yeah, it's funny that you picked that song because that's actually one of my favorite joints too, man. That arrange from Tekken 3.
Yes.
That Law, that would just be my cut, man. Me and my homeboy, like one of my homeboys, his name is Barbaro. He was Marines. And I'm surprised that he has kept up so much with himself as he has, going through that as well. But he has, man. And back when we was in middle school, like we had this deal. He was gonna be the next Bruce Lee. I was gonna be the next Jackie Chan, and nobody was gonna tell us anything different. But we would play Tekken 3 all the time because around that time when we were both in seventh grade, it was still popping. It had just got the PlayStation maybe a couple months before we got in the seventh grade or whatever. So we would we would come into class humming that theme song all the time, and we would talk about it. Yeah, we would talk about it, man. We would do the when he be doing a little dance and stuff, and be sparring in class. The teacher, stop dancing.
Oh yeah, you know what's so crazy about the Taken scene around Tennessee? It's pretty, really,
Yeah,
really, really big.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
There's a guy named Monjin. Yeah,
Little Majin.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to him.
From Memphis.
Yep, he's from Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, he went big.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, man, he's the guy. Yeah, man, that's what I was talking about. Like, so at KIT, like those guys were there.
What?
Yeah, at KIT, and that's why I said, man, it's a big thing. I got to go. I got to spend because I spend game music like a lot. I have like DJ sets this game music. Like I have one that's like all house, like stuff that sounds like house, and I have one that's like all breaks that sounds like b-boy music. Then I have a second house version. I'm gonna do a second b-boy version too. I'll have to send some of that to you, but I was like, let me go spin this. This would be the best place to do it, and all those guys are there.
Wow, man. Yo, they train so hard. Like
they do.
I have taken and I've been playing with the new character from the last season called I guess it's called Fakuram.
Oh, the Muay Thai cat.
Yeah, because Bruce is no longer in the game, and I kind of got upset. But that guy's
he was the guy.
Yeah, man, they got rid of my dude Bruce. I kind of got upset, but fuck around, man. He's pretty dope.
Yeah, he is, man. I seen some of his stuff.
They kind of nerfed him though in the new season, so
they going to.
Yeah, I gotta find someone else that's overpowered. I don't know, man. I'm not good at Mortal Kombat, man. I wish I was, but they got Sylvester Stallone's character from Rambo. Yeah, Taken's the only game where I know that I'm pretty damn okay at. But there's not too many Taken players that play on PC that's
right
good like PlayStation 4. So I got a PlayStation 4. I just don't know where to start on there. I really need help. I want to work on not just Law, because Law was my first character that I actually used. I was a bandwagon on the Bruce Lee stuff. I want to use I want to use Jan more. I want to use fuck, what's that one character? I used to use Eddie to spam people, but I don't like doing that shit no more. I like using what's his name? I can't think of his name. I like Nia too. She got good combos. Can't think of that guy's name right now, but those were my characters. Oh yeah, Bruce, not Bruce, Brian.
Brian Fury. Okay, gotcha.
Brian was like the character that I wanted to master, but there was a guy from Knoxville that wanted to teach me because he was kind of a prick. He was playing on the arcade system all the time. Yeah, and didn't really teach. He just wanted to fucking hog the arcade machine. So whenever that shit got into like PlayStation Online, I just started to like play with certain communities, and they had that free Taken game on PlayStation Network, and they canceled it because they want people to buy Taken 7.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it. I mean, Tekken's my game. Street Fighters is hard. Street Fighters is hard. I'm not good at Street Fighters. That's one.
Yeah.
I wish I had someone to teach me. I'll be honest. I would pay for that because I wouldn't mind going against these guys that beat me before. Just kick their ass. Because they cheated, man. They were using like the spam buttons, being chungly all the time, and just spamming. So, other games like Virtua Fighter 5 was pretty dope. Dead or Alive was pretty dope too. Right now, what game I'm playing is Tarkov, which is the first-person shooter. It's not a fighting game. That shit pisses me off more than anything. Fighting games in general, I've been trying to go back into it. It's just the PC community for the fighting is dead. Like I will show you on the live stream how dead it is.
Right.
Because I might do that right now. It's dead. There's no one there. So, like PlayStation, I believe they got servers, but not like this shit. Do you still play?
Not so much anymore, man. Don't have much time to play, and I never really been very good. I've always just had a love for the games, and I like to play, and I love the characters, and a lot of that, because at one point I wasn't really allowed to have games at my house until I got a little bit older. Like I was able to have handhelds, like I had a Game Gear or whatever, but that was about it. So a lot of times I didn't, get to play enough to really be that good. Because I had to play like either at my cousin's or my dad's house when I went over there on the weekend. But the reason why I guess I got so much into the music was because it was something that is stuck with me that I can kind of take to remember the game. So I end up focusing a whole lot on the music and like really getting into the music. But that helped, that made me like love the game even more. So, yeah, I was, I got all this shit, Street Fighter 5, Soul Calibur 6, and Samurai Showdown, KOF 14 when that was a thing. Way back, back when. So yeah, I got most of the games. I'm just not really that good at them. It's just I played them all when I was younger, and I just loved the game. So my friends, they kick my ass at them all the time. So I'm not what you would consider a real gamer, really. I'm just like an enthusiast, I guess.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm a gamer, but before in the past, man, I used to be so good. I guess it's just because I got older, so my intelligence for gaming went downhill. So whenever I get beat, I get too emotional about it.
For me, man, I did play seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on it. Like I would just be playing, especially in college. That's when it got to the point where it's like, okay, I got a little bit of money from doing certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? I can buy certain games or whatever. I was still playing GameCube back then. When I was in college, GameCube was still a thing. That's funny, but I was playing all my friends. They played fighting games, so I used to play with them. They played Tekken pretty hardcore, but it got to a point where I was like, hey, I wasn't that serious about breaking. I started in high school and I did it, but it was at one point in college where it was just like I shifted to popping for a little bit, and I got really serious about popping, and then something hit me about breaking, and I said, you know what? I got to get serious about breaking. So then that's when I stopped gaming.
Yeah.
And most of my time became dedicated to practicing.
I tried to balance all this shit out.
Yeah.
It's you have to like have a day schedule with this shit. Like yesterday, I went hard for like 2 hours with them. Oh shit, there is a lobby. There's 2 lobbies for PC community. I guess there is people still playing Taken.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So let me go off of here. Hang on. Trying to make sure. Oh, you can't do it. Well, I do it this way. But one thing I can tell you though, like the sacrifice that you have to make, you have to have a time management schedule. Like,
right.
I wanted to play Tarkov seriously. So sometimes whenever I lose, I take it very emotional because I worked so hard and then I lost all my gear. So, you know, that's that. But then I got FedEx. I had to build content. Like, I make my own content. And I try to keep that exclusive away from what I do. Because I can't tell you what I do. I can't tell you right now on stream. But I kind of built content for people that I do audio programming. So I help them out with their video clips. And then
that's what's up, man.
And they pay me a little bit of money. Not too much, but it's enough to go by. And then I do DoorDash. So I'm working 3 jobs. And then FedEx, I'm working there kind of full time.
Gotcha.
So the audio shit kind of be rough, man, because I have to spend so much hours and sometimes I can't get it done. And then of course I dance.
You preaching to the choir, man.
It's like, fuck.
You are preaching to the choir, and that was one of my biggest things, like with the podcast. Was that same thing. It takes a while because you got to go over it, you got to go back over it, and something that could be like you trying to get through a minute of it, that could take a long time if you're trying to get it just right, you know, get the levels. And it's strenuous, and I'll be trying to explain that to cats, like, you know, to do the show with. So sometimes, depending on what else I got going on in my life, because the podcast, it's like that's kind of the thing that comes after everything else, right? You know, but unfortunately, so sometimes it would take me about a week to get some editing done, because, you know, a lot of times our shows would be about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I try to get it down to like, hey guys, let's make a max, you know, 1 hour and 30, but you know, it's kind of hard to get people to listen to me sometimes about stuff, because it's just like, I guess I get you kind of as the little brother, so you know, if you just kind of look at me and go, yeah, whatever, and it's like, yeah, but and then they say, well, the shows are too long. It's like, I try to tell you, but you know, that aside, I don't want to complain. I understand the audio takes a long time to edit, and sometimes it's like it's gonna take about a week, and then they were like, well, we need to add content out weekly, and for me, I get it, right? You want to do live stuff, that's a way that you can kind of keep stuff out weekly, but this is about the artistry for me. I like to create a whole thing, make people feel something, have music under the talking, have it edited, have a pace to the show, you know, have a beginning, a break, and, you know, an outro, and I do cool stuff with the outro. So, but it's, you know, cats, they want it to be stuff every week, they want it out, and I'm just like, you know, trying to cope with that. But I say all that to say I understand about the audio stuff.
Yeah, man. Just wait, are you watching this right now? I don't know if you are or not. I can hold up.
Well, I wasn't looking at it. I'm just talking to you right now. I wasn't necessarily looking at anything on video.
See if not on the Discord, not on the stream. Just see.
Yeah, I don't even know. Let me see if I can see it.
Here we go. All you do is just you go to my name and then you press your streaming, or
gotcha.
The Taken community is still alive and well. This is in the US too.
Oh yeah. Cat's still going hard, man.
Yeah.
You know, you should check out too. Have you ever heard of Cuddlecore?
Nah, not yet.
She's a black Tekken like champion, man. She got a lot of content on YouTube and stuff, man. She plays Xiao Yu and what's her name, Elisa?
Elisa.
Elisa, the android that looks kind of like Wing Zero with the wings and everything. I think that's her name, like Elisa. I could be saying it wrong. I haven't played Tekken in a minute, but yes. So she's pretty dope, man. She's got like tutorials and everything, and she talks about like competing in tournaments. She's done like a lot of interviews, man. So you know.
Yo, I wouldn't mind. Oh shit, I'm next. Am I?
Are you about to play?
I guess so.
Oh, word, man. I'm gonna check this out, man. Then I'm gonna have to like hop off in about 5 minutes, man.
So whenever you're doing the what software are you using to record?
Well, so the thing is, what I was doing, lately, is I would just use Audacity, right? Because it was just me doing it. But what I've been doing with the group when I do the flagship, the Meanwhile Funkatron thing, I would just put on I would just stream live like a Grand Theft Auto 3, and I would just go to the options menu, turn everything down, and we would just talk. Then I would get that from the YouTube, and then I would just edit that.
Use Discord from now on. You can use Discord on your phone too.
Okay, word. Now I guess I just use this to record from now on.
Yeah, just make sure. Like I use, it's Streamlabs, and then are you using a computer? What computer are you using?
Yeah, I got a Mac right now.
Yeah, you can use Streamlabs or OBS. I teach you how to use both of those. There's a small tutorial on how to use it too. It shows you how to. Ah, shit! Here we go.
All right, I got you. I know you gotta do your thing.
Nah, it's been a while, man. I'm kind of rusty.
Nice.
Oh man, it's been a while. Man, I'm kind of been drinking too.
Oh shit! Hold it down. Oh man.
Oh man. His name is Silly Night.
Oh, there you go. That was a good one. Hey, hey, you got some momentum going.
This guy, I never went against this character before. Oh shit.
There you go. Get him more of that wall. Shit.
Damn.
Ah!
Right.
He added that on that wall though. You got him. You got some good momentum, man. You probably just fill him out.
Here we go with the combo.
There you go. Old junkyard combo. That's one of my favorites. Oh, what a kick.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Got my ass. This is my first time.
It's good, is it? Yeah, this is the first match though.
Yeah.
You just filling it out, man. It's all good.
Yeah, man. The Taking community's live and well.
Most def, man. Are these all people playing in Knoxville?
These are people playing around the East Coast of the United States.
Oh, got you. So you mean like at large? Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. But
most. Well, you
like.
Say what?
I thought it was dead because it says like search for servers, and I press begin, and it shows you all the regions. I guess whenever
there's always somebody playing Tekken.
Yeah. See, it shows like Twitch channel.
Yeah.
How many people playing? It's dope, man. I'm surprised.
For sure.
Really, I'm surprised.
For sure.
Alright, man. I ain't gonna hold you back any much longer, but whenever you do another podcast, so are you using the OBS? I mean, not OBS.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 So, where'd you go? Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Oh, word. Mm-hmm. For sure. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Shoot, man, I appreciate you showing me all this, man. I'm gonna try to definitely make some changes, man, and keep doing your thing. Like for real. Don't stop, man. Mm-hmm. For sure. Word. That's what's up, man. Nice. Shoot, man. Thanks for having me on, man. And thanks for showing me around. Sure, man. I'm here, man. If you need to talk or anything, or blow some steam, or you know, just holler at me for sure. Take care, brother. Say what? For sure, brother. Man, we gonna be out here. All right. Peace. Mhm.